What is up, Lowheat sneakerheads? I did an in-person pickup at a store, Standard Athletic Company in New Orleans. I was just there for the weekend, and I hit up what did I hit up? The Skate Shop Humidity. I hit up Sneaker Politics. Both dope stores. It was cool to check them out in person because I follow these accounts on Instagram, for raffles, etc. And so it's cool to check them out in person, see the actual retail shop and how they do it. Picked up a hoodie at Humidity, and then I was really looking for these. What am I looking for? I was looking for the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 in white. Wait, this is white navy. That's not the one I was looking for. I was looking for these. Here we go. These are the ones I was looking for. The Air Jordan 1 Low 85 in Summit White and Light Smoke Gray, aka Neutral Gray, aka Natural Gray. I was looking for these at those stores because I know initially they all sold out, but I don't know, release was weird. It went to Jordan retailers, didn't hit the sneakers app. Most of them sold out. I think some of them got their shipments maybe late. Maybe there was some returns. I don't know, but I knew that out there in the world, there are still pairs for retail available. And so I wanted to see if some of these stores maybe had them. And on my last day there, I wandered by this store called Standard Athletic, wandered in, and sure enough, they had all sorts of Lowheat. It's crazy the time we live in now, because 2 years ago, this stuff would be off the shelves. Dunks, Jordans, they'd be off the shelves. They'd be double the price, triple the price. Back in the day when these, remember, I way overpaid for these. These would be $300. Wild. $350 if you're paying taxes and shippings and fees. But now I feel if these release these days, maybe they sell out, but you would have a shot at them. Or there'd be off sizes still left in the store. So we're living in a weird time, and it's great because you're able to actually see things on the shelves, hold them, see them, and then make your decision if you want to buy them. And I got lucky. I held out on the 85s. I didn't cop them immediately. And then every day since they sold out initially, when they initially dropped, I've been regretting it. Because I had the neutral gray ones from 2021, the first time they retroed these, I had them. And I've been regretting it, so I'm keeping my eye out for them, but I didn't want to overpay for them. I didn't want to pay resale. I didn't want to pay shipping, and so it was great to be able to support a retailer in person. And yeah, so before I unbox these, there's no packaging to unbox. I just actually lift open the lid for you. And spoiler alert, I have seen these on the shelves, so it won't be my first viewing of them. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all the things. It's free. It takes a second. Boom. It's cheaper than any other subscription out there, so I'd really appreciate it. I'm just a small YouTuber, so I notice every subscription that it goes up. Each one that ticks up, I notice it, so really appreciate that. So let's see these. I got these all in 175. These retail for 160, and we'll talk about these in comparison to the old ones. I won't do an in-depth thing. There's plenty of other channels out there that does in-depth, pointing out every single stitch difference. I'll do a little bit of that, but really it's going to be my thoughts on these. It's great, and a lot of variety of other things. So once you see them, please don't click away. Lots more to discuss. So let's reveal them for you. So they've been doing this. First of all, they've been doing this packaging lately. As you saw, I pulled out these ones by accident. This was the metallic navy ones that just dropped. So they're doing this box, it seems, for the 85 cuts. At least the lows these days. This deep embossed Nike logo, not the original black and red box. They've been doing this box for the 85 lows, it seems like. Nice box. And here we go. Here we have it. This is the 85 version of the neutral gray, and they've done it. It really confused me why they did this. I think it confused a lot of people. If anyone knows the answer, please leave it in the comments. Why they would retro these for the very first time since 1985 and 2021. And then I'm sure the 85 program wasn't in existence yet. They started it with the neutral gray highs that were shortly after this, and the black and white highs, and the Georgetown colorway. They kind of started the program just after these released, so these were probably already in, the 2021s were probably already being manufactured. But why then would they do this then in 2024, early 2024, just 3 years later, less than 3 years later, do another version of it? Boggles my mind. Yeah. So we do not unlike the 2021 versions, I'm going to pull those out in a second because I keep referencing them. You do not get an extra set of laces, unfortunately. So here, I think a lot of this conversation will evolve around them, so I'm just going to pull them out right now. Here's the neutral grays that came out in 2021. They called it particle gray. Particle gray, white and particle gray, and these were, what were these? White and particle gray, and these were summit white and smoke gray. So slightly different grays. Common vernacular for these is the neutral gray or natural gray. It was natural, called natural back in the day, and then they switched it at some point to neutral gray, and that's not even the technical color code for them, as you can see. But see, these were the 21s. Check out that unboxing video. I'll link it up there. And it came with an extra set of laces. I don't know if the original ones back in 85 did. It came with an extra set of laces or gray laces, not quite sure. I would hope they didn't, because if they're saying these are the 85 versions, you would assume they came with an extra, like whatever they came with back then. So I'm assuming this was for the 2021 pair. So here you got the 2021 pair. And then here you got the 85 cut. Again, only less than 3 years apart they released these. And another difference besides the laces and some other things I'm going to point out is the price difference. These retail for $130. These retail for $160, $30 more. So we'll see if the quality, it's not just inflation, we'll see if the quality goes up too. Obviously, inflation, prices on shoes have gone up since 2021. But yeah, big difference in price. But if you're looking to get these, for whatever reason, on StockX, these are still like above retail. You would think these would have dropped off a cliff face. You would think. But some sizes, like 11.5 this, like the ask is $200 and the highest bid is like $190, which is wild to me. These retail for $130. You're going to be paying over $200 to get these. Other sizes, the bids on them are a little closer to retail. It's like $140, $150, but like why? When you can get these... These are available for retailers right now. Some retailers actually have these for sale. Now, most sizes are sold out. But I looked right before the video. Some have these. There is a store, I think Wish, Atlanta, has like a couple pairs in like smaller sizes on sale already. You can also get these at tops and bottoms and some obscure sizes on other retailers. And if you go to StockX and you're interested in these, I think it's pretty low. It's like well below retail on these. But, you know, once you factor in the fees, taxes, and shipping, you're going to be paying just, you know, above retail by a little. Nothing crazy. So that's price difference is one thing if you want to cop these. So be aware of that. Now let's go into some of the details here, what makes this difference in case you happen to cop these like me. And yeah, and then next, keep sticking around. I'm going to tell you talk a little bit about collecting retro Jordans, and then I'm going to try these on for you, and then I'm going to be telling you what I'm going to be doing with these my plans for these two pairs. So they did these apparently in more the real style of 85s, which makes you wonder, like, what the hell were they doing with this? Were they even trying? But I guess no one really has the OGs to compare to, so it's like, fuck it. So here you have a canvas top. So I'm assuming the 85s, the true 85s, had more of a canvas top on the tongue. Canvas tongue. Whereas most of the, not most, the highs and the dunks had this like, the nylon tongue. And you see that in a lot of retro Jordan highs these days, the nylon tongue. That's kind of standard these days. But I guess on the lows originally, it was a canvas tongue, which is also the case, I think. Let's see, on the metallic, on the metallic lows. Just an unboxing of these. Check that unboxing out. And these were the only two colors. If you didn't know, I know a bunch of you do know, but in 1985, it was all those different high colorways you know about, the metallics, the Kentucky Storm Blue, the UNC Blue, and the black and whites, and then, of course, the three main ones, the Black Toes, Chicago's, Breads. But of the lows, they only did two colorways, and these were the two colorways, the neutral gray, natural gray ones, and the metallic navy or metallic blue ones. Those are the only lows they did. Other than, I think maybe they did an AJKO that was low, too. I'm not positive on that, if it was a wide release or sample, but I think they did an AJKO that was low, too. I think it was the black and red ones. But yeah, those were the only two. So now so from 2021 to now, we've got both the the OG retros of the 85s. And that's saying OG retro, that's not the terminology they use anymore. They usually use OG retro when they're talking about a retro of a former colorway, and OG when it's referring to, like, you know, an OG silhouette or OG cut. And now, because that doesn't mean anything, because I think that's what they used with this, right? Let's see how they named this. Yeah, One Low OG. I guess it's not a retro. They didn't say it was a retro. They just said OG. They don't use that terminology anymore. They just say 85. They just do it to the specs of the 85 and call it 85. So I wonder if they're going to do that with, you know, other silhouettes. Like what the 4 was an 89. If they do it in original specs, are they going to call it 89? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out maybe with those 3s. They're rumored to be doing the black cement 3s again, which also were done semi-recently, a few years back. But they're not going to be reimagined, so I wonder if they're going to be just done to, like, true specs, and they're going to call them, what, the 88s, I guess they would be, or 87s. We'll see. We'll find out. So that's one thing, the tongue, the canvas on the tongue. Next, let's see the swoosh difference. Pretty similar swooshes. You see the difference in grays there. This is a darker gray. This is a lighter gray. Really where I notice it is the ankle collar. You see the 85 cut, the newer one here, has a thicker ankle liner, and yeah, way thicker. The insole is different color, and the stamp is a little different color. The stamp is darker. On the back wings, printed on wings, this is shiny here, and this is much bigger, much clearer looking. I imagine this is how it was on the true 85s. The dimpling of the leather is more pronounced on the 85 cut here that just released, rather than the 2021s, which is much more subtle, much more flush. The leathers, so this has kind of like a little bit of a tumbled leather feel to it, real soft, pretty thin. It's nice and pliable. It's soft and a little tumbled, but I could see where this might be cheaper quality than this leather. This is much more thick, seems thicker, still soft, but it seems much more of the ilk on the 85 Jordan highs. If you have the Georgetowns, the neutral gray highs, or the black and whites, those are really kind of like thick leather, and this seems to match that, those 85 ones, but more so. The outsole, you know, pretty similar. You have a little bit more of the texturization on the 2021 versions, which is interesting, less so on the 85 version. Pronounced copyright symbols there, double trademark copyright symbols there on the Nike, whereas here you just have the one. So back in 1985, I assume these were individual trademarks, and they made the logo lock up together, but it wasn't trademarked as one logo yet, maybe. And so in the future, they trademarked the lockup. That's like an official logo, the Nike and the swoosh together. And so they only needed one. Back then, they just kind of put the two together, kind of forming a new logo, essentially, but it wasn't registered as such. So that's probably, I'm not official on that, don't quote me, but that's what I can infer. That's what I would infer, using my brain and context clues. All right, let's try these on. While I try these on, I'm going to talk about, like, if you want these. I think right now is the perfect time. Like, when I got back into collecting shoes, like everyone. The other difference here real quick before I move on, is they printed on the size and the manufacturing code there, which they did on back in the day, and they didn't do that on these 2021s. They didn't mess around with any of that. So there you have it. Like, this is what they did on a lot of the original. Back in 85, they would stamp the size and the manufacturing code on there. They don't do that anymore, except when they're trying to do that. Yeah. Okay, so let's try these on. What I will say is what I'm going to do, plans for these. I'm going to rock these now. These 2021 versions, I'm going to rock these, beat these up, not be precious about them at all. As you can see, they're dead stock. I have not worn them yet. I was kind of picking the right time to bust them out and wear them. Now, I'll be wearing these all this summer, and I'll keep these ones on ice. Since these aren't, like the 85s, I have no problem rocking these now. I have essentially two pairs. I'm going to rock these, beat them up, and not worry about it at all. First chance I get to rock these, I'm going to do it. It's going to be a big summer shoe for me, this 2021 pair of Jordan 1 lows. Okay, let's try these on. And as I try these on, I'm going to say, just like everyone who gets into sneaker collecting recently, I was enamored with the Jordan 1, and, you know, especially the stories of collectors and those collectors out there who are able to obtain an 85 collection, an original 85 collection, or just even one. Even one is quite the feat. You know, and I had dreams of maybe doing that, but like they're just so hard to come by. Wearable pairs are hard to come by, and they're expensive. I think that ship has sailed unless I win the lottery or become very rich. And so what's great though is in modern times, they've done all these retros lately and of high quality to the specs of 1985. So it's almost like having the original one in a way, if you look at it through that lens. They're crafted in the way that they were done. And because the sneaker market's dipped, they're all like attainable. It's going to cost you some money for sure, but like that's what sometimes making a collection worth collecting is, you know, making it hard to get, especially the 85, you know, collection. But so what do you have access to right now? If you wanted to, and these are all the ones that I have the black and white Jordan 1 High, the neutral gray Jordan 1 High, the Lost and Found Chicago 1. I have the metallic red Jordan 1 High, and I think they're going to be redoing that soon from 2017. I have that one. I have both these lows now, this one and the metallic. Both those came out back then. It seems like they might be doing the burgundy one soon. That was an original colorway. Then you're just waiting on like what, the orange, the purple, the Kentucky, and the storm blue, I think, and the black toe, and I guess a bread. So this is a great time to get into Jordan 1 retro collecting. A lot of them are affordable. You can get them at a reasonable resale price. And so I think if you're at all wanting that, you should go for it. Okay, these do, since I got these from a store, I think they laced them up for people to try on. That's what I was wondering, like why it wasn't laced through the tongue there. But now it's laced for me to try it on for you guys. So there's that. It should come like this, unlaced. But it's actually kind of nice that one's laced so I can show you guys. Yeah. Also too, you can see the differences like in the color. Maybe it's because of the leather, but this is a much more stark white, the 2021 color. This, because of the, I don't know, just whatever, the treatment and the different type of leather, it's a much more dull off-white. It's not as a stark white, pearly, shiny white like this, bright white. This is much more of an off-white, and then the midsole's definitely like a cream color, whereas this one's, you got the white. It's very white midsole. The grays on the outsole are a little bit different. You see this sole's maybe a little bit warmer in color. This is maybe a little bit cooler in color. So this one overall is just more of a warmer gray, a little bit more off-white, a little bit more cream. This one's much more of a cooler gray and more stark white. So yeah, definite differences. Obviously same. I didn't talk about shape. I'm like not great at telling shape differences, so I apologize. Again, there's other channels. Watch the Wear Testers video on this. Chris does a much better job of breaking this down and this stuff, or I think Sean Go also does a better job of breaking that stuff down, the differences. I'm not an expert in that way. I'm just giving you my personal opinions. Yeah, the leather on the swoosh, kind of similar. This one, yeah, different colors is the main thing, but they're both that suede. This maybe is a little hairier suede on the heel than this one. This one's a little shorter trim of suede. And you can see also besides thickness, you can also see the difference in the width of that nylon mesh. This is kind of a tighter weave on the 2021 pair compared to the 85 cut pair from 2024. So wider netting there. So yeah, I love these. I wonder, let's give these a rating. I absolutely love these. Clean colorway, almost like a soccer shoe, but different. And I'm down with the low profile shoes, down with soccer shoes, and this is kind of version, that vintage basketball version of a soccer shoe, in my opinion. This colorway will go with anything. It's great. Slight storytelling in that it's a, you know, the 85 version of it. I'm kind of past my era of wearing low profile socks a lot. They're definitely more comfortable, but I don't wear low, you know, ankle socks all that much. I just wanted to, I had them on and wanted to show you what these look like with them on. I'm definitely more of a calf sock dude these days, but these will go great with both. I think, I don't know if this is, I'm quite the, you know, I'm a flashy dude, so I don't know if these get a 9 from me because they are, I don't think boring is like too harsh of a word. They're not boring, but they don't bring any excess energy, right? These are very neutral. It's literally called the neutral grays. They're very neutral shoe, just about as, but as purely neutral as you can get. So there's some elegance in that. Super clean, an OG, a classic, done in classic form. I think I want to give these an 8.75, a very high grade, but I don't think these crack a 9 for me. Maybe if they did something more special with the rollout or the packaging, but as far, I love the quality. I wish the price wasn't quite $160, but I love the quality on these, really good quality. I also wish they hadn't done these back-to-backs quite so soon. I feel like I wasted my money on these, on this 2021 pair. I feel like I got bamboozled and tricked into buying 2 pairs. Obviously, I could have resisted, but I'm a little OCD and needed the true 85s for the collection. Or not true 85s, the 85, you know, cut or retros for the collection. So I do feel a little pissed at Nike for that. That's why I'm not giving these an, you know, I guess that's not the shoe's fault. But so the shoe graded in a vacuum, I think, yeah, 8.75, close to a 9, very close to a 9. Great shoe. Again, glad to have this one. Just wish I didn't waste my money on this. That's all. But I'll be wearing these now with zero guilt. I'll be wearing these guilt-free, getting these dirty, beating these up, and yeah. All right, let me know in the comments what you guys think about these. Did you cop? Are you like me? Cop these and cop those? Did you cop these and then like say, screw it, I don't need these? Or did you miss out on these and now you had a second chance at these? Also check out my metallic navy unboxing. Who copped these? These are sitting on shelves. These are available. I think these are already on sale. Some people already got these joints on sale and these like just dropped. So if you're interested in these, watch my video at Nike. Tell them I'm an influencer and I influenced you to buy them. I'd appreciate that. If I do convince any of you to pick these up, you know, say, yo, Nike, send Lowheat Fancy Pants some shoes to review. All right. Stay tuned for the next one. Please subscribe. I love you all.